Osio, what's up, beautiful souls? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mamina. You can call me Mina for short, or Divine Star Seed. Very powerful channel message coming in right now. I'm not going to do too much pre-channeling. I'm going to just hop in the cards because there's a lot to cover, and I want to try and keep this like around 15 minutes because it's a lot to digest. I'm going to suggest that you breathe through it as you listen. Be prepared for the triggers. Cleanse them out. If it triggers you to do something great, utilize that. But remember, you are responsible for your actions and reactions. This is about the Leo portal and really the remainder of Leo season, if we were to be honest. However, there's a lot of intense growth and expansion happening between tonight and the 12th. So tonight is the new moon in Leo. And for many of us, we're counting this time, but I'm going to just tell you from an energetic standpoint, it's starting now. So by the time you get to the 8-8 portal, whoo child. And that's going to run through to about the 12th or 13th, depending on where you are in the world. And, you know, you might be seeing this on the night of the new moon. You might be seeing it the night after, depending on where you are in the world, or depending on how long it takes YouTube to upload this, okay? Just understand that the energies are being read from that period onward. And then everything else that follows for the remainder of Leo season, it's piggybacking on that, all right? Let's hop right on into the message. Because like I said, there's a lot to cover. I could do pre-channeling, but we'll be here for like an hour. And I want to try and keep this short. I will say that, you know, you're being compelled to accept the intensities of who you are with compassion for yourself and for others. Falsehoods, they will be cut. They will fall off. Whether it's you who does the cutting, whether it's, you know, people who you thought you could trust cutting you loose. Listen, it's a blessing. I saw a post that's a perfect example of this, where a girl, or I should say a woman, I'm not sure of her age, but she booked a trip for, I think it was her birthday or something. None of her friends showed up. Now, whether or not her post was what it was or it was something else, but as far as like the example, people like that who you've tried to hold on to out of false sense of loyalty, they gotta go. And either they're going to leave you or you're going to leave them. But it's time. I keep hearing, literally like the Lion King, it's time. I keep hearing it over and over again. You can do this the hard way or the easy, but there will be a way. That's pretty much what Leo season is telling you right now. So yes, it wants you to move and operate from the passion of your heart. Come out of the scarcity of the mind. Leave the fear behind. If you got to work through it, work through it. But understand something. We once had a period in our existence where we didn't have fear. We understood if something was dangerous. We understood if there was, you know, something that had to be done and a space to grow without having to feel fear. Fear is a taught behavior. It's an inherited behavior that comes down through the DNA, and unfortunately sometimes even through the soul DNA. And we're a part of that generation and a part of the people and energies that are meant to help transition that out. That's why there are so many things taking place right now that are triggering a lot of you to stand up, where before you would sit down and obey. Now you're like, nah, I can't let that slide. And it doesn't matter if you be man or woman or what you even choose to identify as. And another thing Leo season is saying, respect these energies. You can be whomever, whatever you want to be, but do not dishonor these energies. That's where they are with it. I'm sensing strong lioness vibes as much as I'm sensing the lion vibe, right? The energy of that. It's like this wildness that needs to be free now. And it's not some type of crazed, promiscuous thing per se, but it is saying, look, accept your sensualities, accept your creativity. Stop letting it be dictated to you by outside sources who came in, manipulated the situation just so they could keep you doing this karmic runaround for another couple of centuries. They only ever do these things to last a couple of thousand years. Not because, oh, it's just because the sky does this thing and the stars and the planets, and no, because they know that regardless of when they start the foolery, regardless of when the fuckery is initiated, it can only last but so long. Because then there are those of us who are born that says, I'm not going for that. Something I have to say, even though I said I wouldn't pre-channel, and I keep hearing it, we are not our elders' generation. We're meant to respect it, have honor for it, you know, but we're not them. And what I mean by that, because it's important that you understand this. We come from a generation prior to us, and in this case, it could be, let's say, my mom's generation, my grandmothers and great-grandmothers and grandfathers, where they had this belief that, you know, we're going to do the work. Not all of us, but some of us, we're going to do the work and we're going to create change, but we may not live to see it. Or we'll live to only see some of it, right? We'll get holes down. We'll have our land taken from us, whatever the case may be, but we will create the ripple effect of the change. We're the drops and we're the ripple effect that's meant to have a different mindset. We're the ones that are meant to say, no, see, there will be change and I'm going to live to see it. And it will happen in my youth. And I will be able to say that change took place because I took action and I was determined to see the outcome while I breathe. Yes, some things might happen beyond us. But that mentality that everything has to be far off in the future all the time, we've been hopping timelines for the last 3 years. 4 if you really want to be real. And we're still hopping timelines. That which you thought was going to take a decade is happening much quicker. And the healing that the planet needs, the healing that humanity needs right now, it's about the quickness. Leo energy is not slow by any means. It's like a tiger. They don't move slow. When they got to run, they run. When they got to pounce, they pounce. And that's where it is right now. So a lot of you are going to have opportunities coming towards you. Use your discernment. But when it's time to make a decision, you can't just be, I'm going to just sit here neutral and hopefully something comes along and makes the decision for me. That's not where it's at right now. There's a lot more they want me to say, but I'm trying to keep this short. Let's hop on into the tarot. They got me using the X-Man tarot because that's the level of activation they say is going on here right now. They just want you to understand, okay? They want you to understand the burden's got to go. It's time to cut them loose. Make the decisions necessary to cut loose anything that's not serving your highest purpose or the higher vibration of humanity as a whole. Listen, if some of y'all want to stay stuck, you want to stay in a certain belief system for whatever reason, you will see people in society evolve past you. I can't be the only one channeling this. We already see it. We see a bunch of higher ups who want to keep a certain corrupt world that they can easily manipulate and control in power. And guess what? They need puppets. Without puppets, they can't do it. They need people who are going to say, oh, well, what can I do? It's the government. Oh, well, what can I do? It's just the way things are. Well, the stars say that this is going to happen and that's going to happen, so I can't move. Because they need people with that kind of mentality who don't understand that you are a multidimensional being who've been taught to settle for less for a couple of thousand years now. And it's played out and it's old. Your ancestors go back billions of years, and they don't want you to know that because they don't want you to understand the greatness you come from. But guess what? It's in your DNA. That's why they like the idea of manipulating it. It's in your soul DNA, which supersedes just the life force energy that flows through your body, which is your blood. So when you're ready to tap in, nothing can stop you from tapping in. Do you have the courage to do so? That's the question. Because see, the Leo energy, it's not questioning if you're capable. It's saying, will you? It's not saying, can you? It's like, will you? Will you tap into that power? Will you face that truth? Because when you do, when you make that decision, certain people, places, and situations going to have to go. The divine's already moved some things out of your life. Okay? They're going to take a couple of more things with them. And the reason they don't want you to just go by sight alone is because seeing isn't always believing. Deception can happen in through the eyes and affect the mind. They want you to tap into all your other senses on a spiritual vibration as much as mental, which is why they want you to be in tune with your heart right now, with your compassion towards yourself. Okay? There's a lot you can learn from you, but also be open to learn from others that they put before you. Not all lessons may have been great, but they're lessons nonetheless. Look at that, the Hermit card. There's a wisdom in you that's ready to explode. Listen, you reached your hand out, many of you. Most of you watching this, whether you're a reader or not, you're meant to do great things. And the things you do, the way you talk to people, the way you move from henceforward, it's going to have an effect. It's always had an effect, but now it's going to happen in front of your face. You're not going to be able to deny the power of your words. You're not going to be able to deny the power of your thoughts, whether you're manifesting for you or someone else. So please be mindful. You reached your hand out, you grabbed that star. You understood that star, that was your destiny. You put it in your little lantern, you said, I'm gonna let it lead my way. Sometimes you had hiccups on that journey. Sometimes you got a little scared, you may have been derailed, you got discouraged, whatever the case may be. But now you're at that point where you can be in the position to help guide others just by the way you carry yourself, the way that you move. You're gonna find people drawn to you who want to help you, or that you yourself may want to help, but always be mindful that they're respecting your energy and grace, and that you're respecting their energy and grace. You're going to get to a point where it's going to be time to open that lantern, because it's harnessed enough energy, it's drawing you to where you need to be. You're going to have to let that star shoot out and realize that you and that star are one and the same. So the same way it shoots back in the sky and it ascends to a higher state, you're going to ascend to that same higher state. Some of you, you're already in the process of doing this. This is happening now. Your acknowledgement of it, that's what's necessary. All the other stuff, mundane in comparison to it. Not that the mundane can't be important, but just they want you to understand that's what's happening. I'm hoping that I'm making sense to y'all, because the way that this is channeling in right now, I can't really slow down. Or I'm barely even hearing myself, to be honest. That's how much they have me in this energy. They were like, forget your plan for this to be 15 minutes. Forget that. We call the shots around here, woman. We have the Knight of Swords. Look at the Silver Surfer. It looks like he's just shooting through. Well, I think that's the Silver Surfer. Sometimes I confuse this dude with another one. But you see how he's just riding that cosmic wave. He's just propelling forward. No fear, no doubt, none of that. I have a destination. That destination's causing me to grow. I'm making the decisions necessary, tapping into the resources necessary to shoot back up, to ascend to a higher level. I dare somebody to tell me I can't. I dare somebody. I will cut them down as quickly and cut them out as quickly as they say the word. That's what that energy is saying right now. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that type of journey? Honestly, you are. But you got to believe it. You got to feel it. You got to put it into practice. You don't have to wake up right now or tomorrow and say, I'm going to conquer the world. But you do have to start putting it into practice, though. The thing about the Knight of Swords, he's very mission oriented. And like I said, most of you watching this, it's about your divine mission. I told y'all before, everyone may not be in a twin flame connection, but everybody got a mission. And those who are in the divine flame connection, your mission, it continues through even in your unity. It's not just a path driven thing. Whichever lane you switch to, that connection normally tends to switch lanes unless one of you taps out or gives up. And truthfully, those coming into those connections right now, powerful, not to be played with. And that's why so many things have tried to create an issue. That's why they also put false flames in front of you and have you thinking other people who aren't your person are your person, all to distract you. All to distract you. But they're saying, listen, as you get you together though, the truth, it becomes reality. You'll see the reality. You'll see what's real. You'll see the multi-layers of your existence. Even as a human being, you're not just one-dimensional. You're not even just three-dimensional, if we were to be completely honest here. They're driving this home. And this season is about you recognizing that. And accepting that intensity and not feeling like you have to turn it down. This isn't about, ooh, let me just go out and talk wild or dress wild. That's basic shit. This is like, let me accept the magic of who I am. Let me accept how intelligent I am. How open, and at the same time, I'm also open to learn even more. To tap into even greater magic without it being a hindrance to another. Some people gonna be mad about this because some people don't want you to expand. They don't want to see you grow. I mean, look, some organizations and entities, be them business, be them a negative, low vibrational being, some people just don't want to see you expand. Spirit's like, honestly though, it ain't about what they want. They got you. It's not about what they want. They're going to make sure, before I could get it out of my mouth, they're going to make sure you're provided for. They're going to put you in the position to be able to provide and help others on their journey, to be able to accept leadership, but also at times to be guided. There's, the concept of guidance in the spiritual community can be, I don't even like to really say spiritual community, because sometimes it's just people's like personal preference to certain things. But honestly, guidance isn't saying, let me dictate to you, you must do what I say or else. It's saying, I can give you guidance. I can lead you to a point. I can show you how to use the tools or the things necessary, but it is up to you to do the work. It is up to you to expand upon that knowledge. In fact, it's up to you to even accept if what you're hearing resonates and strikes a chord in you to do more, to be better, to expand. Right? No one can tell you what to do. The divine can put you in situations that make you face yourself. But like they said, hard way or easy. That's up to you. Right? Accept your power or keep thinking you're less than. Let's look at the human body. We talk about, and I myself teach on these things, right? We talk about the spiritual bodies and all these different forms, and there's many different ways to learn them, and many different, not just interpretations, but ways. Because interpretations can be corrupted at times, right? You have your bones. Then you have your muscle structure. You have your organs. You have layers of skin. You have all of this. So what in the world makes you think you're basic? Your blood, your soul, your very existence, it's layers upon layers upon layers. If you want to be one-dimensional, that is a choice. If you want to believe you're stuck in a 3D matrix, that is a choice. The matrix didn't used to be about none of that. It was corrupted to that on purpose. Just like certain sacred symbols and deities and people were stolen and corrupted. Spirituality started to be turned into religion. Other people started coming in and wanting to dictate which parts of it, whom can do what. This is no longer about people being divided. If that's what you think, you're going to learn the hard way. I can't mince words. I'm not that kind of medium for you. This is about realizing that when you understand the greatness and the uniqueness of all of you, as well as the connection to source and the connection to each other on not only a human level, but a soulful level, on a mental level, you expand. You can only do that when you start to accept your individual greatness. Because then you go, oh shit. Look at all the amazing people around me right now. Look at this earth. Everything is connected to you. Everything is kin to you. The trees, the grass, the water. Everything that this earth is made up of, your body is made up of. Everything the cosmos are made up of, you are made up of. There's no difference. But what is special about you is you're a unique incarnation. And whether you've lived many lifetimes, some people say, I don't believe in new souls, because you don't know what that means. You don't know what that is, and that's okay. Maybe you should ask. Maybe you should inquire. Some souls haven't been to Earth plane before. They're new here. They've been other places, not here. Some have been here many a time, doing the same job. Some come back because they couldn't evolve in the lifetime before. Whatever it may be, however it may be, there's a diversity. And instead of seeing adversity in it, you're supposed to see the connection. And there are those of us, whether we like it or not, who are meant to help shine a light on that. And yes, there are going to be people who don't like it. There are going to be people who claim that they're for good reason. Oh, it's for good reason. There needs to be some division in it. They're not going to like it. That's not our problem. So in your immediate life, if there's something going on, if there's people working against you, if fake family, former friend, whatever, that's trying to stop you from your spiritual growth because they're trying to hold you hostage, yes, you got to respect energies. Yes, certain things came into existence as a response to things being thrown off the first time. Y'all heard me talk about the great disconnects that have taken place over time. I'll have a class for y'all for that if you want it, right? It contributes to a lot of this, right? But at the end of the day, it was an anomaly that created a bunch of other anomalies that got out of control. And some people liked it. They did it on purpose. You're a part of healing it. We're not meant to just sit here and say, okay, it's going to take decades to fix. Okay, it's not. Look, you don't have to rush it. Go at the pace that you're guided to go at. But keep the mentality that in each moment when you do something amazing, and that amazing could be being creative. Maybe that's how you heal the world. It could be, not everybody came here to be an activist. Let's just be real. Not everybody came back to say, yeah, I'm going to fight for the right of the planet. But there's things that they can still do. There's small things they can do that will equate to big change. This isn't talk about it. This is be about it. Right? There are some people who came here and say, yes, I want to be in the public eye and assist people and help. And there are some who's like, I didn't really think that was going to be the way I had to do it. But if that's what I got to do, cool. And some are like, no, I don't ever want my face shown anywhere. No, behind a keyboard. Thank you. However, there's still things that can be done. And the divine is going to put you where you need to be. Period. Whether you take the opportunity is up to you. But you will see the results of each decision you make so blunt in front of your face, you can't deny it. It's going to be that blunt. And as I say that, look at the bottom of the deck. Like I said, Leo season's not here to play with y'all. And two people coming together. I'm not just talking about couple. I'm talking about the right friends, the right supportive family members, whatever, however, whether they be kin to you or not, like blood to you or not, coming together, supporting you, supporting each other. People that you might have been enemies with back in the day because y'all couldn't agree on something, finding a common ground. And anyone that can't do that, they got to go. Because only truth can reign here. Being direct with what you feel, being direct with yourself, checking yourself when you need to, but also encouraging yourself when you need to, being honest about what it is that you want to manifest and maybe how you've been working against it or for it. That's also important here. She don't have her defenses up. Her sword is planted. She's not trying to cut nobody out. She's not trying to knight anyone. Her sword is planted. She's working on herself to be prepared to lead. Okay? Because what I tell y'all, the old ways is going kaboom. The old ideals, the old paradigms are shifting out. So new ones can grow here. This has been long overdue. This is millennium upon millennium in the making. And now you're a part of the people that help to usher this in. You may not see everything come into fruition, but you are meant to see many a thing come into fruition. So your mentality about this has to be different. Okay? That teamwork make the dream work for some. The self-work leaves you open for teamwork. Let's hop into these other cards, child. We're going to use the 80s Oracle because the number 8 feels so important. Not just because of, heading into Leo season, but just like the 8s. The 8s feel important. Listen, what I tell you, y'all gonna have some choices to make. It's up to you what you do, but there will be a choice. The force is with you. Which way you gonna go? what you supporting here? We going for the Yoda or the Vader? What's happening? This isn't about your fan preference. They don't give a damn about that. Do you understand what Vader's mentality was? Do you understand how quick it was for him to turn? Some people say, well, it's because what happened was... Do you understand that his solution was, I'm gonna just F up everybody's shit. Everybody's. Versus Yoda, who's like, hold on. That's unnecessary. There's a far greater, more enlightened way to fix everything, to handle this, to gain and control the force in a more harmonious sense. Are you ready to be in that harmony? Are you ready to tap into those other senses? Anybody around you with that energy that's of low vibration, they're going to point them out to you. They already have. Let's just be real. Most of you watching, they already have. Whenever you see this. But for others, if they haven't yet, they will. All drama or all action. Somebody here might be from Miami or going to Miami in August. That's what I just heard. So Miami as a location for vibrational purposes could be very important for some of you. That's not for everybody. I felt really specific for someone though. All action, or all drama? Which one? What you doing? Yeah. Notice it's a sunny energy again. The sun represents you being centered and being illuminated. It goes back to that hermit card. You're accepting your light, and when it shoots back into the sky, you ascend with it. You become one with it. You become a fully integrated being. The light, the dark, the hidden, the shown, all of it becomes one and activates your power in a way that you can't believe. They're not using the X-Men Tarot by mistake, okay? If you know, you know. Making things happen. Look at that. Electric energy. Making things happen. Making things real. Now wait, I just did a post on Instagram before I did this, where I said, in the video, the only way to make things happen is to make them happen. And look at that. Making things happen. You can go check and see that was posted way before that card came out. We have trending, keeping it up. I feel like this is about commitments, to be honest. Being committed to your growth, being committed to when your connections come in, friends, family, platonic, romantic, whatever, it's going to be about really being committed, really taking charge. All right, let's get into your aura colors. All right, Spirit. I don't want to pull so many cards for this, because we already done went over the time limit, my friends. Let's get into your auras. They're not playing with y'all with this electric energy. Listen. Like I said, romance has something to do with some of the energy here, but it's not the only thing. Some of y'all, that electric velvet aura, that intuition, that crown energy is activating. You might be feeling a lot of pulse at the top of your head, right where they would say your soft spot is as a baby. You could be feeling a lot of pulse right there. Third eye, that right between your brows, to be more precise. There's an ache or pulse. That's important. We have rose red. These auras. Look, I'm all about the gradients. Some of y'all are fading between these colors. It's like the electric energy is activating in you. It's creating a safe space for love to bloom. It's creating a safe space for certain sentiments to really be valued and understood, because the right people are coming in to do so. Some souls are going to feel so familiar to you. It's going to be nostalgic. Like, I know I don't know you in this lifetime, but I know you. And it's because you've known that spirit before. That spirit might have been around you since childhood in this life as a spirit, and now here it is as a person, as a guide, right? Yes. Gold, courage, wisdom, success. Need I say more? Again, some of y'all are grading. Y'all know I love to read the gradients. Let's hop into the next one, because we gotta close this off. Let's see what else is going on here for this collective. Ooh, this energy is intense. They not joking. They like, are you ready for this intensity now? Know that you are protected. You are protected against any negative force or evil people, forces, or entities. Any attempts to plot against you will not work. Spirit sees all. The divine sees all, honey. 6130. Protection. See, I love when they give y'all confirmation. I love it. Love, love, love it. What's there to fear? Nothing. Intention. By focusing your mind, you are able to harness the power of manifesting. You are the magician, a powerful manifest and powerfully manifest at an accelerated rate. Everything we were talking about. I had to restart that over again because my camera ran out. I'm gonna try to maybe edit this part out. We'll see. But sheep and wolves and sheep. You no longer allow anyone to pull wool over your eyes or deceive you by appearances. You call a spade a spade. Everyone is not your friend. Boom. 1080. So we got 1080, 6130, 3348. You can look up those numbers also as Hebrew numbers. You can look them up for different, in your culture. Each number has a meaning system in a different culture. See how they connect, see how they link up. If you're moved to check it for another culture that may not necessarily, be your own or that you grew up around, do so. There's a reason. You got protection and intention here. Let's tap into that mysticism, that mystic energy that's popping up in you right now. This could be something you're being protected against or something that's activating within you. We have mirror. Someone is mirroring you. Take a hard look in the mirror. What did I say about that being able to face yourself? Are you ready to accept the intensities of who you are? Are you ready? I'm hearing this rock song I haven't heard in a long time. Are you ready? Like, they're hype. Covenant. Whoop. New people will enter your life. You're about to meet your soul tribe. Listen. I love when y'all get the confirmations. I love, love, love it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes. We have juggling multiple roles. Events will move at a fast pace. Didn't I tell y'all, Leo, listen, they're not slow, baby. When it's time to run, they run. When it's time to pounce, they pounce. My darlings, that was your Leo message. I pray that gave you the encouragement, the enlightenment that you needed to see the changes that are taking place, to accept the truths of what's happening around you right now so that you may grow and expand the way that you need to, darling. The way that you're being divinely guided to. You might have to watch it a few times, take a couple of deep breaths throughout, but this was a lot. This was a lot, darling. Peace, love, and light, beautiful souls. Blessings to you.
Get your copy of Love Confession Cyber Edition. Link in bio.